Hi everyone, welcome back to channel. This is Murali. Today we are going to discuss flowchart. Right? Before going to flowchart, we already discussed about in the last class algorithm. Means what is meant by algorithm and the characteristics of algorithms. Right? We all know the definition of algorithm. Right? You want to see the algorithm concepts? Please click the link given in the description box. Okay. Let's now move to the today class. That is a flowchart. What is meant by flowchart? That is the definition you have to see. Right? The flowchart means the pictorial representation or graphical representation or the diagrammatic representation of an algorithm. Means we can represent a algorithm as a pictorial or graphical or diagrammatic. The representation is called as a flowchart. Means what is meant by algorithm? The algorithm is nothing but a step-by-step process for solve the given problem. Right? The problem you have to solve, a step-by-step process is called as a algorithm. Right? A step-by-step process. A step-by-step process is called as a algorithm. Right? Now you can represent this algorithm. What is the step-by-step process you have to write? This step-by-step process can represent as a pictorial or graphical or diagrammatic representation is called as flowchart. I think clear the definition. Whenever we can solve the problem, a step-by-step process is called as a algorithm. This algorithm can be represented as a pictorial representation or diagrammatic representation or graphical representation is called as a flowchart. Means then how we can represent an algorithm as a diagrammatic? Means in flowchart we have the different symbols. We have the different mathematical symbols to represent the each step in your algorithm. Right? Here we have to see what are the different symbols we have in the algorithm. The first symbol is a vowel. The first symbol is the vowel. Now where you have to using this symbol to representing in the flowchart means whenever you have to use the start and stop process, that means the step is beginning of your algorithm and end of your algorithm, you have to using the symbol as a vowel symbol. That means the starting of the algorithm and end of the algorithm, that is the start and stop. Right? Then symbol we have to represent in the flowchart is a vowel symbol. That is the purpose of vowel symbol. And the next one, parallelogram. What is the need of this parallelogram symbol means? What is the second step? Whenever you have to start, right, you have to read the sum input. Right? Whenever you can read this input, you can producing the sum output also. That means for the parallelogram symbol can be used for to read the input as well as to display something as an output. For the both the purpose you have to using the parallelogram symbol. Right? And the next one is rectangle. What is the need of rectangle means? The rectangle symbol can be used for to processing. Rectangle symbol can be used for to processing. That means processing nothing but we have to calculate. Means the main aim of algorithm means we have to solve the given problem. That procedure what you have to use to solve the given problem, that procedure or processing can be used the symbol as a rectangle. Right? And one more main symbol you can using the rhombus symbol or diamond symbol. What is the need of this rhombus symbol or diamond symbol means? This symbol can be used for to making the decision. Means if there is a more than one choice or more than one option, that time you have to using the decision making symbol. That is the diamond symbol or rhombus symbol. Means you want to take the some decision either true or false, either greater than or smaller. Right? Based on that you have to take the some decision. And the next symbol is arrows. What is the need of arrows means? By using the arrows we can represent the flow of execution. Means how our process or step-by-step process will be executed, how our program will be executed. That is represented by the arrow symbols. And the last one is the connector, circle. Means what is meant by circle means if there is a more than one flow, by using the connector we can connect now more than one connect circle and you have to using represent the flow of execution. Right? These are the different symbols you have to use it for to represent the pictorial of the given algorithm. Clear? Simply we can see what is meant by flowchart means a pictorial representation of the given algorithm, not to the problem. For an algorithm, you can represent in the pictorial form. Okay, if you want to represent the pictorial form means we have to using the these are the symbols for the algorithm. Right? Now I will explain one example with the algorithm. Right? See, suppose if we can take one example. What is my example? Suppose simply I have to write the algorithm for addition of two numbers. Means write an algorithm for add two numbers. Right? First you can write. First I will explain the algorithm. For that algorithm, how we can draw the flowchart. I will explain one by one. Now what is meant by algorithm? Always the step one. What is the step one? We have to start. Right? First always you have to start the first process. And what is the step 2? Means by writing the any algorithm or we have to solve the any problem, first clearly understood the problem statements. Means because if we can understood the problem statements, then only we have to identify how many inputs are required and how many outputs it will be produced. Clear? Based on this only we have to understand. Right? Now based on the problem statements, how many inputs are required? I required only the two inputs because I want to add the only two numbers, right? That means I can require the two numbers, there is a two input. And whenever I can add the two inputs, it will be produce the one output. That output is called as a sum. Right? Next. Now what is the step 2? Now here you have to read how many inputs are required. We require two numbers of inputs. Right? And then what is the step 3? If I know the two inputs, now I want to calculate the sum equal to or sum is assigned to the value of A and B. Clear? Now after that I have to display, otherwise I have to print the sum which I have to calculate. And final step, that is the 5th step, I have to stop my algorithm. Means start your algorithm. After that read how many inputs are required to solve your problem. After that once you know the input, then you have to calculate. That is a process for solve the given algorithm. Once you have to process, then show what is the result of your problem statements. And finally you have to stop. It is the algorithm. Right? For this algorithm, how we can represent and flowchart. What is meant by flowchart? The flowchart is nothing but the pictorial or graphical representation of an algorithm. Now it is a algorithm, right? This algorithm can represent as a diagrammatically. How we can represent? Here we have the different types of symbols. Here we have the different types of symbols for different steps. What is the step 1? The step 1 is a start. What is the symbol we have for the start or stop? We have the symbol for the start and stop is vowel symbol. That means what is my step? First step is, right? Now it is a vowel symbol. By using this symbol I have to start. Right? Next, what is the next step? Step 2, read two numbers. That means I am reading the input. I am reading or taking the input from the keyboard. What is the symbol you want to use? For the input purpose, for output purpose, I am using the symbol as a parallelogram symbol. Right? Now I am using the parallelogram symbol here. Right? I am using the parallelogram symbol here for the purpose of reading the input. Read two inputs or two numbers. Now from this step into this step, I can represent arrows, the flow. That is I started here and then go to the next step. Now what is the third step here? I am calculating. What do you have to calculating? For the calculation purpose, I am using, which symbol I am using? The rectangle. Means the rectangle symbol can be used for processing or calculating. Right? Now after that, I am using the rectangle symbol. Right? For which purpose? I am calculating. Which I am calculating? Summation. That is the sum is A plus B. Simply I can say, suppose calculate A is equal to A plus B. Means here you can read the value of A and B. That value is added and stored into the sum. right? That is the next one. Next, what is the next fourth step? Print is nothing but to display or output, show your output. Now what is the symbol you want to use now for the displaying purpose? You have to using the parallelogram symbol, right? Now it is the parallelogram symbol. In this symbol I want to display or I want to print. Which I want to print? The sum as a output. That is the sum I want to display, right? And what is the next step? Fifth step. What is the fifth step? Is stop. Again I have to use the vowel symbol to stop and flowchart. See here, what are the steps I have to write? First step, start, that is the step 1. What is the second step? That is the read, 2 inputs. And what is the third step? Calculate. Sum is a plus b. And we have to fourth step, display or print the result. And what is the fifth step? Stop the. That means an algorithm is nothing but a step-by-step process. Here I have to write these steps can represent as a diagrammatic or pictorial is called as a flow chart. Clear? Think all of it clear? Is there any doubts? Please ask. If you like my video, please like, share and subscribe the videos. Thank you.